Yes, viewers and listeners, welcome to the session. And yeah, we do have Dr. Shivani Sama with us, and she is having wonderful insights to share with all of you regarding the parenting. And she is a doctor by profession, MS ENT. So yeah, we will be learning a lot of things from her also regarding that thing also. Okay, so yeah, Shivani ji, welcome to this platform. Thank you very much for your time, ma'am.
Thank you for having me here, sir. It's my pleasure to be on this platform today with you.
Okay, so I would like to start this interview with the very basic question. The topic of the interview is gentle parenting. So I would like to understand, Sivaniji, what is gentle parenting for you? So can you please explain something?
Yes, so I think, sir, every parent should know there are types of parenting. You should be aware what you're doing. So let me explain about these types of parenting a little bit so that you'll have clarity about gentle parenting better.
Sure.
So here, first one is authoritarian parenting. This is one where it had been followed up from generations, like punishments, yelling. Children should never say no. You have to always be obedient. So this is authoritarian parenting. The second is permissive parenting, where you allow your kid to do anything. Eat 10 chocolates, have unlimited screen time. There are no rules. So this is permissive parenting. And third is uninvolved parenting, where hardly there are parents around. They grow up with nannies and very little attention and very little guidance is there. And the last one, what we are talking is authoritative parenting. So we have seen on social media and internet a lot of terms for it: gentle parenting, mindful parenting, conscious parenting, positive parenting. All this is authoritarian parenting only. So I choose gentle parenting because it is really apt, and I actually connect with it.
Okay.
So that I think all parents should be aware of it and know what they're doing.
Mm.
So so coming to gentle parenting, in my definition, there are two components. One is the child part and one is the parent part. So when it comes to parent part, this is most difficult part, because here the parent has to be more aware of his emotions.
Exactly.
The parent should be knowing what they're doing here, because children exactly imitate us. Children are going to mirror us, definitely, just like that. If your father is going to react the same way how your grandfather was used to react. Right.
Yeah.
So same thing, our children are going to just take it. Okay. If not now, 20 years, 30 years down the lane, they are going to just take it like that. So, so they have to be knowing what they're doing. Suppose, they had a bad day at work and they come back from home and they're just irritated and annoyed. They're just shouting at the child. You should take a break. You should take a pause and then think, okay, why am I doing this? Okay, what is happening? Is this because of the child's behavior I'm doing this, or because something happened to me, or something I'm in a bad mood? My boss was in a bad mood. I'm doing this. Right. So this parent component is so important, because the children will learn from it, and you and your children are going to form a nice bond or connection because of this. Okay, when you are at least trying to have the trying to relearn yourself, control yourself, regulate yourself, and your child is learning that, the relationship between you two will be beautiful, and that is the basis of the parenting, right? So if the connection is good, your message gets across well. The child listens to you. Most of the problem is solved there. So that is, and moreover, you both are like working in a team. Yeah. You're not against the child. You're doing this, and moreover, one more thing about parent component is positivity. Okay, not focusing on the negative part of the child always. You're late, you're not picking up the socks, you're not eating. This negative part is obviously going to attract a lot of negative energy only, and the child is not going to do what you want.
Exactly.
So if you can be positive, yes, sir.
Yeah. As I understood, in most of the cases, it is unknowingly happening. Like, mother don't know that she is, focusing on the negative aspect of the child's behavior, and they are just putting it across. But ultimately, it will result in the negative loop only, right?
Yes, sir. So here, say any example like mother and mother-in-law are in the same house and there is some conflict. The mother is going to show on the child. Like one more example, if you and your child are playing together and the child spills water or milk, and you suddenly get a call from your boss and he says you're fired. You did such a terrible mistake, you're fired. You're just going to show that on your child.
Exactly.
Okay. Or your boss says you get promotion, and obviously you will be in a very good mood and you'll be like, it's okay, fine, leave it. I'll
Right.
take care of the spills. So here, the main thing is working on yourself, knowing your triggers, being
Exactly.
self-aware of your mood. How are you feeling? Are you sad, angry, tired, or hungry? Even these lead to that kind of irritation. When you are aware, when you yourself are knowing yourself better, the child automatically will learn all that.
Exactly.
So
And
this is the most hardest part, sir. This is the most
right.
hardest part. A lot of clients come to me, they don't even know why they are annoyed. So we have to ask questions, what is happening with you? What is your routine? Are you having time for yourself? So
Yeah.
this always happens. That is
So
about, yes, sir, you continue.
I got one of the point from one of the parenting mentor like you. See, I asked her that what do you think about the parenting and all these things, and she come up with a very interesting question, that why we call it parenting, why don't we call it childing?
Yes.
It is
Exactly.
more
This is
about the
because
parents.
parent. It's more about the parents mainly. Some clients come to me and like, can you take my child sessions? Can you do counseling for my child? I'm like, no, this is about you. This is called parenting.
Exactly. There is
She
nothing
knows
wrong
one
about your
fight
child.
came. Yes, she tells there are a lot of fights happening with me and my husband, and my child is getting disturbed. And can you take sessions? She herself know the problem, but she doesn't want to, correct herself.
Yeah.
They don't want to correct herself, and they blame child, because of this stress. The child may be waking up in the night, maybe reversing potty training. All this might be happening in physical ways, also not eating well and all. But then they don't want to correct that. So once we change this mindset and belief systems, I think parenting is easy. But for doing this, for coming to this stage, practicing this mindfulness in parenting is the most difficult thing.
Most difficult thing. I totally
Yes.
understand that. And yeah, being a parent is actually a opportunity for you to be more aware about yourself, that what
More
exactly you're
aware,
doing.
more patient, you can grow and become a better person, literally.
Exactly.
Yes.
Wonderful insights you
Yes.
have shared, Shivani ji, about the gentle parenting and your idea about the gentle parenting. Yeah, I would like to know that you yourself are a doctor, right? Okay.
Yes.
So how this learning, okay, help you to be a good mother? Can you
Yes.
share some of your incidents or anything, whatever you learn and whatever help you to be a better mother? How you are different from other mothers?
I am not going to say different. So it all started. I'll tell you my childhood also a little bit. I grew up with doctors. I am from a doctor family. My mother, father, husband, brother, everyone are doctors in my family.
Oh.
So I grew up a lot with my grandparents and nannies, especially. So here I was kind of underconfident, scared to talk with others or even express myself to the own family members. I was always kind of scared and all. So all this resurfaced again when I became a mother. It took me a long journey to become a person what I am. But 2 years before, when I became a mother, it was my priority. I really didn't want my daughter to go through whatever I went through it. So that's when I wanted to. So when you become I have seen myself reacting in ways my parents used to react.
Oh,
Okay, that used to be little kind of scary for myself.
so that was
I
subconscious
I
pattern which you already picked up from your
Yes,
parents, and you are
yes,
imitating
everyone
this.
actually pick up. Everyone pick up. If you see anywhere, neighbors, family members, everyone. My husband reacts for a situation same way how my mother-in-law reacts.
Oh.
It just goes on in the families.
Hmm.
So we just have to keep observation on ourselves.
Yeah. So it's been said, I have heard that somewhere, or read this somewhere, that environment is more powerful than your genetics, right? So I believe
Yes.
this is the example of the same, right?
Yes. Because children we pick up because our brain was underdeveloped back then.
Hmm.
Okay, the children, the definition of children, the age group is 0 to 18 years. Teenage is
Oh.
also, considered as a kid only because your brain is still developing. Okay, now
Mhm.
we have this, now in 2030s, we have that knowledge to actually, okay, what is happening inside me? Why am I reacting like that? We have that insight to actually think about ourselves. Maybe kids cannot. If they
Mhm.
train, definitely they do. That is all about emotional intelligence.
Mhm.
But as a parent, you can actually think, why am I doing this?
Mhm.
And when you dig in deep, it's mostly these patterns your parents or grandparents or somewhere you picked up.
Exactly.
Somewhere neighbors, auntie, or whoever you're close with, you would have picked up those patterns. And if you want to change that, that is most difficult, because that was a time I didn't know how to do it and whom to approach, and this is all so new and all.
Hmm.
That's when there is a lot of thanks to our internet generation, where there's so much on internet, books everywhere, we can actually do anything online. So that's when I started researching a lot, and came up with a lot of solutions for myself.
Hmm.
So that is about
Yeah, I totally get it. Now, I want to ask you that one of the important topic nowadays is about the child violence, child hitting, and all these things. Many of the
hmm,
parents are working. Both of them are working actually. Okay,
hmm,
husband and wife,
hmm,
and they are not really able to cope up with the situation when they are at home and
hmm,
child is asking for different. Basically, child want their attention. That's what I understood from
hmm,
my
hmm,
experience. Okay,
hmm,
but they are not able to give them time,
hmm,
quality
hmm,
time,
hmm,
and they are not able to do the things. So
hmm,
that's where they get more irritated, and they behave with the child in such a manner that that is
hmm,
not acceptable. And
hmm, hmm.
so how to tackle such kind of situation according to the gentle parenting? That's what I would like to know.
So there is this incident, sir. This child was hitting some other kid in the school, and then the teacher complained his father, and then the father comes back home and in turn hits the child. So where do you think what is going on here? The child actually thinks hitting is normal.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are so many things in gentle parenting. I strongly believe any behavior they're trying to communicate, and as you said, they might ask for attention. And
Hmm.
one more thing, you actually get under the behavior and see what they're actually trying to communicate. Okay, if
Hmm.
they're hitting, you see where they learn it. Maybe YouTube videos, or
Hmm.
they say Peppa Pig. All these videos are a little violent on
Yeah.
cartoon or something. You don't know what they're watching.
Hmm.
You see, or somewhere outside, like maybe school or park, they would have seen somewhere.
Hmm.
Or if they're hitting, they're getting too much attention.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
So they're hitting, okay, or your child parent is like, oh my god, this is such a wrong thing to do. But in cognitive development, hitting is a milestone. you know Child
Hmm.
is not milestone in the sense, the child is actually reacting to what you're saying.
Oh.
If you're getting too much attention, no, you're not supposed to do, you're explaining too much, the child is like, okay, fine. The child wants attention, negative or positive, it's fine. You're talking with the child.
Hmm.
You're actually talking a lot about child. Okay, this behavior is bothering my parent, and not that parent should not be bothered about it. In gentle parenting, mainly you talk with your child in a respectful way, not in a way like that hurts him, or that
That
disturbs
hurts
him.
their ego.
Ego or feelings. I was about to talk with this. And there are like 4 pillars of gentle parenting. One is empathy. Whatever you say, you actually validate their feelings. We would have heard so much about validating feelings, right? So you have to validate the feelings. Second is giving respect, and third is understanding your child better.
Yeah.
And fourth is putting a boundary which is healthy and consistent. So here, for the scenario you have put up, if the child is hitting, you say, it depends. Okay, my daughter, when she is 18 months, she was 18 months, 1.5, 2 years, she picked up this habit somewhere, and she was getting a lot of attention from her father and grandfather. And then I was like, no giving attention, don't give attention, just say hands are not for hitting. We don't use hands for hitting. I think you're trying to say something. You can use your mouth. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, you put that consistent boundary. You don't do it in an angry way, or in a way that gives you more attention. That's so much facial expressions that's actually attractive for them. You do it in a boring way. You don't do that. That's it.
Okay. So yeah, that
and
is
then you
really
validate their
interesting
emotions.
point. I understood. And we have never thought in such a way that whenever we are doing whatever we are behaving, whatever we are doing, okay, that exactly her food, okay, the child's food is that your attention, like you are talking in such a manner about them and
Yes.
all these things.
Yes.
Wow.
That's
That
why if
was
you're
really
focusing
bulb
on
moment
negative,
for me.
yes, sir. If you're focusing on negative thing, you say, suppose an elder kid, maybe 6, 7 years, is lying to you, and then you're like, how can you lie? You're such a great liar. You shout at them or do something. It's attention. And one thing for sure is, you give attention, positive or negative, they will take it.
Okay.
Hitting also is the same way. You just tell it in a respectful way, or understand the child better. Okay, why is he hitting? He wants something from me. Something from you. You have to understand your child better. Everyone knows their child better. That is one thing. But these are few info. This is information, and these are the techniques we are giving, so that you can make your journey easier and more meaningful. Right. That is about gentle parenting.
Yeah. So one more point I would like to ask, that you have shared what's such a beautiful insight about this point. But yeah, if the parents are not having enough time to spend with their child, okay, and they are having very limited time, and they want to get more connected emotionally with the child, okay, so what could be the best way to do these things? Can you share some tips?
So I would definitely say this is the basic pillar. Okay, have one-on-one time with each other. Only not like a family. Only mother and the child. Only father and the child. Okay. So my husband has very tedious work hours. When he comes back home, I just give them 1.5 hours just to themselves. Okay. No phones, no interruptions at all. Okay. No scrolling, nothing. In that time, you play what your child likes.
Right.
Okay. You follow your child's lead. You do their favorite activity, maybe going out, or you have your favorite activities together, or reading books, or flashcards, or playing any game. If you are doing this, they say filling their emotional cup.
Oh.
So you are actually, filling up it. And for a lot of people, I have read this, but I haven't, implemented this anywhere. They say 15 minutes of the time, like morning 5 minutes, after they come back 5 minutes, and night before going to sleep 5 minutes. This is the time very important, and uninterruptedly, without you being in stress, you being in a calm way and in a playful way. Play is the language for kids. You have to play with them.
Exactly.
Right. So when you do that, automatically the connection is good. So they are
Right.
going to tell you how their day is, any obstacles or any difficulties they're going to express to you. Or someone, someone in school did something, maybe like a maid or something, they didn't treat them properly. They are going to talk, ask questions. That's when they are going to they are going to have the connection with you. Don't be like, why did you do that? No. Okay, if the teacher is shouting, you just make it like open-ended conversation, like, why do you think teacher shouted at you? Maybe, you just make them think.
Yeah.
Okay, and come up with the answer. So maybe you did something wrong, that's why the teacher shouted at you. So don't blame them directly.
I can recollect one of the learning I got from one of the parenting camp, and that was about whenever your child is having something to share or they are not sharing much with you. Okay, the one thing you can do is you can have a Y to Y session. Like, okay, you ask them a question, why, for a lot of things, and let them explain whatever they want to, okay, whatever they want to share, and don't judge. That
That
is
is
very
very
important.
important, sir. So suppose they say, the same example, the teacher shouted at me. Maybe I was not writing my notes or paying attention. Then suddenly you're like, why are you not paying attention?
Exactly.
That is wrong. You should never judge your child. Maybe he's interested in something else. Something else interested, and that happens every time. Right. We also now also sometimes we lose our interest when we are in a webinar or something. So it happens all the time. When we accept, okay, all this is normal, we have also gone through, we have also lied couple of times. We've also did all these wrong things. That's okay. So when as a parent, when you think, how can we put my child in this positive way or better way, you can definitely find answers for it.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Great learning, Sivaniji. One more thing I would like to ask, that there was an era when everybody was more about physical development. Okay. I always say there come right now we are into the era that every parent is more aware about the child brain development. Okay. And now I think the next era would be about the emotional development. Okay. So what is your take on that? Like how one can, develop the emotional quotient of the child from very early age, and what they should do, and what kind of emotions they should understand at their like 0 to 8, 0 to 6, something like that. Okay. So can you share anything regarding that?
Yes. So, before that, can I share why it is important, sir? Why this is emotional quotient is important, because it's directly related to the mental health.
Okay.
Directly. Okay, there is nothing. It's so important. I'll tell an example, sir. Suppose there is this teenager. Teenage, there are a lot of relationships, breakups happening, and they go through a bad breakup. Okay, this person A, say, he doesn't know how to actually process the sad emotions. He locks himself in the room. He does all the substance abuse, and he goes in that way into maybe clinical depression, and he doesn't even know how to come out of it. And teenage is the time where you can't even actually control them.
Right.
It's completely their decision. And suppose there are so many incidents about suicide also these days, right, sir? Especially. So the same thing, if a person B is emotionally intelligent person, that person, that kid, teenage kid, only say 18, 19 years, they will actually know how to process these sad emotions. Okay, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling lonely about breaking up with that person. Let me go out for a while, maybe go on a trip. They will know the healthy ways to come out of that. So they'll be like, okay, let me join a favorite class of mine. Maybe I want to play guitar from a long time, learn guitar from a long time. Let me do that. Or I want to be into the fitness. Let me join, gym or something class which makes me feel good. So this person actually knows what they're feeling. Okay, I'm sad. Let me accept that sadness and, do what I can do better about myself. Exactly. So this is very important, because this is directly related to, there are so many depression cases in teenage these days. Depression, anxiety. Children these days are really having difficulty to cope up with exam stress also.
Mm.
Some people will be so stressful, they can't sleep in the night, you know, they'll read. All this is happening because, and some people, okay, I'm feeling anxious, let me take a breathe, let me go outside for a while, I'll read this much time, I have to sleep for 6 hours before writing exam, I will do that.
Mm.
Some people will react like this. These are people who are basically really emotionally intelligent people.
Right. They know how to,
So
how to tackle these things, how to tackle the emotions,
deal with
how
negative
to deal with.
emotions.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
Yes, that is very very important. Not even for kids, even for adults also. It's so important. This is and this is one part of emotional quotient. One more part is, as a person in society, you will have very superior qualities, compared to others. When your EQ is good, you're more
Mm.
successful because this person who has good EQ, he can connect with other people better. He can
Right.
read the other people emotions, how to talk, when to talk, what to talk.
Mm.
You know, he can actually be more sensible
Mm.
because he can actually go through, and all these negative emotions he can process well. This child is going to be more resilient child.
Uh-huh. Right.
Okay, when it comes to children, let me give an example, sir. So these days, say we went to beach recently, and then I got a balloon for my daughter, and then she
Mm.
left it. She lost it. Okay,
Mm.
and then she was like asking one more. I did not buy her one more. Okay, it's
Okay.
not like harsh parenting or something. The
Mhm.
main goal is I want her to, process this negative emotion, that is disappointment. Okay, I just
Mm.
told, I know it is disappointing. Next time we come, I'll buy it for you.
Exactly.
Okay. So, and she is like 1.5 years back then. Now she's 2. This was almost 6 months before. So
Mhm.
so she was feeling sad, but then she could process it. Okay. And she cried also. But then I'm like, yes, I know you really want it, but I can't buy you. You didn't keep it, safely. I know you're disappointed. Let it go. Next time we'll buy. It's
Yeah.
not about the balloon. It's about her processing the emotion.
Yeah,
Lot
that
of
is.
people judge there.
Yeah, that is most important. The very important point I understood is you let her a child know that this is called disappointment, right?
Yes, I started this almost when she was 1 year. I teach her all the emotions. Now she's almost 2. She can actually say, even I am sad. She can say, "Amma sad." So she
Mm.
can actually know what is happening in the room, how we are feeling. So
Mm.
she knows emotions, not basic emotions, at least happy, sad, excited, jealous, surprised. So these
Mm.
are few, like small. When she's 1 year old, I started just introducing angry, sad, happy, this kind of basic emotions, and I'm slowly introducing more emotions. Whenever she's feeling jealous, that if I'm holding another baby, she's feeling jealous. I think you're jealous about it. I understand. So I'm giving names to that feeling. That's how you do it since a very small stage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would like to mention here that when I left my job and
Mm,
I started my business, okay, at that
mm.
time, the business is all about it is kind of adventure, right? Okay,
Yes. Mm,
and you feel a lot of emotions. So one day I was thinking that how many kind of emotions are there, like, okay,
mm.
and I started to learn about it. But yeah, this things is very important if child learns it from very early age, not like me. Okay. So yes, because as I understood and as far as I know, each and every action we take, there is some kind of emotion behind the same, whether we want to experience that emotion or we don't want to experience the past emotion or something like that, and that's why we are taking any action. Okay.
Mm.
So
Yes.
that's where the emotional quotient is very important for each and every child. And if
Yes.
every
Yes.
parent, if our listener and viewers can,
Mm,
teach their child about the emotions, that what kind of emotions they
mm,
are
mm,
feeling, at
mm,
least they are aware about the what kind of emotion is that, then they
mm.
might be able to, find the answer that how to process it and all these things, right?
So for this, the parent basically has to do some work on themselves,
Mhm.
and then they can actually uh, just give me 1 second, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
So, so just 1 second. I'm so sorry. I'm getting this call.
Yes.
Yes. Father of emotional intelligence is Daniel Goldman.
Mhm.
He wrote this amazing book of emotional intelligence, which everyone should read it, I feel. And he states that in that 80% of anyone's success is directly attributed to emotional intelligence, EQ,
Oh.
more than IQ. If a person is having IQ, very good IQ also, suppose say IITians also, you see them committing suicides because their emotional quotient, and they're not able to know what is happening in themselves. They feel left out, and so many emotions pile up, and they do that. So many people go into depression even though they are in a very good position. And so if you have good emotional quotient, if you can manage your emotions well, you can take your decisions well. So that's very important. And if you are teaching that in a child, by the time they are 10, 12, you don't need to worry, because that is the time major issues pops up, like screen time, relationships. The teenage is so difficult to manage, mainly because of the rational decisions they take, right? So if you are incorporating all this from a small age, and they are aware of themselves, about the gang they choose to be with, so many things comes up, right? So when you are doing it from a small time, from since they are kids, that's a beautiful gift you can give your children. Because okay, an adult I understand, but teenage is a time where they take rational decisions, and they don't even know half the time what they're doing. They want that dopamine release. They go for a lot of parties. They indulge in a lot of substance. They want that high, all that stuff in teenage. So that's when this part is really important, sir.
Wonderful. So yes, Shivani, you have shared beautiful insights about many things: gentle parenting, emotional quotient, and a lot of things we have understood from your experience and your conversation. So yeah, I would like to conclude this session because the topic is very interesting. But yeah, we also need to
Yes.
take a we need to understand the timing and all. So we are concluding this session, and I want you to share your Instagram handle so that our viewers and listener can reach out to you if they
Yes.
want to know more about emotional quotient or gentle parenting or anything. So please share your Instagram handle, ma'am.
So my Instagram handle is just at the rate of at gentle parenting made easy. Very simple.
Gentle parenting made easy.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So it was wonderful time. Thank you very much for your knowledge. Thank you very much for your time, ma'am. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me here, sir, today. It's my pleasure.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye, sir.